Alexa, could you tell us more about scaling your coaching program? Once you figured out this is a great offer, it serves my clients very well, they are happy, I'm getting results for them, then you probably reached a point where when you no longer could do as many one-on-ones. So you had to start bringing in other coaches. Could you speak to us more about that process and some key lessons that you could share?
Yeah, so I first started, I actually within 30 days had to bring other coaches on, which is a good problem to have. And what I tried to do is find coaches that had different skill sets than me. So we have accountability coaches, which are kind of mindset versus like process coaches. So they're coaches that make sure you do what you have to do. And then we have specialty coaches. So these are people that actually have an expertise in a specific area. Both are really important for different reasons. And so what we quickly did is realize, and I mentioned this earlier, that mindset's really important. So I brought a mindset coach. And then I realized people were struggling in sales. So I brought a sales coach. Then I realized people were struggling with content. So I found a content and social media coach. So what I started to do is while I was, fulfilling my clients and actually coaching them, I was writing down on a piece of paper all the challenges they were having so that I can provide the resources that they need to be successful. And so next thing you know, we have 10 coaches and 2 accountability coaches and, a whole full team of coaches. So what I ended up doing is initially I had one offer, which was just, you would have an accountability coach. Sometimes it was me, sometimes it was somebody else. And then what I did is I ended up creating a growth program, an elite program, and then a legacy program. So our growth program is anybody that's starting a business. So they get an accountability coach, they can meet with specialty coaches, but I'm not the one coaching them because I have a very specific roadmap. And this is a great lesson to coaches that are trying to scale their business. You have a roadmap, you have a format and how you're doing whatever you do and what you're best at. So record it, put it down in a course. So then they have the roadmap, because then you don't have to be the one in repetition sharing over and over again this roadmap. They have the roadmap and they use you for support and Q&A and guidance more than you telling them what their roadmap is. So we have I put my whole roadmap on how I've built over 300 businesses over 6 figures, step by step, walking them through exactly what they have to do. And so I was able to then hire an accountability coach to take over that program, and they're running my roadmap, which is great. And so these people still get access to me through group coaching, but they don't need me to help them write a vision statement, right? I have experts that I've now joined as coaches that are very capable of doing that. So what I've done is now I coach more in our elite and our legacy programs, which are more of our multi 6-figure, 7-figure clients. And so now my attention is more to that higher ticket, helping them. Now, the goal of everybody in our program is to grow and get into different programs, right? So eventually our growth students want to be elite. And we've had six people that have graduated in the last 7 or 8 months. And that's awesome. That means they went from 5, some 0, actually a couple 0, all the way to 6 figures. Right. We had our first person go from elite to legacy. So she went from about 150,000 to just about to hit $1 million. And we've been coaching her now for about 13 months. So now she's going to be one of our legacy students. So it's kind of creating that progression for people too, to want to be a part of it.
Very, very smart. And have you ever considered offering the course only to those who cannot afford yet a coaching portion?
Yeah, so we actually tried just offering the community for a much less reduced rate, and we didn't find a lot of success with it, to be honest. And part of that reason is because people really need the one-on-one. And I always say, we don't charge that much, mostly because I actually don't even pay myself. So it is much more affordable because I don't charge for myself. But my competitors are charging 3-4 times what we charge. And to be honest with you, there's really nobody that can't afford our coaching program. Whether you have a 9 to 5, you don't have a job, there's very few people that personally, I don't think can not afford it. If you look at your life, you go to Starbucks and you spend $25. You go out to eat, you spend $100. Life is about choices. You either choose to afford something or not. So anytime somebody says I can't afford it, you can afford it. Look at your life and look at your budget. You can fit it in. It's just whether or not you want to actually fit it in.